I'm so excited to have you here for today's video for a number of reasons. So one is it's a recipe video and they're kind of fun to do because I get to eat all the food after and I love that. They're also perfect for Mother's Day. So I'm doing some brunch ideas today that are super easy for even very beginner cooks. This is nothing like super advanced, but I think, so if somebody made me this for Mother's Day, I would feel so special. And I feel like cooking is just one way that we can show our love on the mothers around us, whether it's your own mom or whether it's somebody, a friend who is a mom or whatever it is. They would love this delivered to their door on Mother's Day morning, I can guarantee. So anyways, number two, why I'm so excited for this video is it's actually a collaboration with Valerie Kimes. So if you do not yet follow her, she is a young Mennonite wife and I just have fallen in love with her just watching her content. She is so down to earth, super sweet, and she's very encouraging just with her personality and the way she just shares her home and her life. I love it. She recently also became a dog mom and shares some cooking, thrifting, and clothing hauls. So make sure to head over to Valerie's channel and tell her I sent you, subscribe to her. You are gonna love her. Now, starting off cooking, and yes, if I sound out of breath, I am currently 30-ish weeks pregnant with baby number 4. So pretty out of breath these days. Our first recipe is a strawberry French toast recipe. Super easy and so pretty. And I would just put a disclaimer out there before I start with any of these recipes that tweak it according to whatever your mom or the mom in your life likes. So if she loves a lot of fruit, then pile it on. Fruit is an awesome way, fruit and veggies are an awesome way to make even a kind of drab dish look really exciting and fun, which we're gonna show that in a couple of dishes this morning. And then also, of course, if there's any intolerances, like for example, if she had a dairy intolerance or something, then you can always substitute almond milk or coconut milk or something like that. But we live on a dairy farm, so we don't substitute milk a lot. If you ask my husband, that's actually not real milk anyway. So anyways, we're gonna get started. I have in front of me here about a half cup of vanilla ice cream that's melted. This really adds just a delicious taste. So this is gonna actually substitute the milk and the sugar that you would normally put in French toast. So I have that. I'm gonna sprinkle in about a teaspoon of cinnamon and then 4 eggs. All right, now I'm just gonna take my whisk and whisk this up real good. I don't know where you guys live. You should let me know in the comments below, actually, that would be really fun. Are strawberries in season yet where you live? That's my big question. I am so excited for fresh fruit season. Ours are not ready yet. I did go to our local Amish store this morning and she said they're starting to get local ones in. So won't be long now, but it is still pretty early. Normally I would say we get ours beginning of June. I think that's when the ones in my garden are gonna be ready, but so ready for all things like fresh fruit and veggies from the garden and stuff. Okay, so this is looking pretty good right now. It's fairly thick. It will be thicker, a little bit thicker than when you do it with just milk because ice cream will be a little thicker. So this is what it looks like. Okay, I am gonna pop my pan on the oven a while and we are gonna put in some coconut oil. So you could use butter or coconut oil or whatever oil you want, obviously, in your pan. I think butter would be delicious. I've actually started making my own butter and just don't have any made right now and didn't have time to make some this morning. So I'm gonna use coconut oil. I do use coconut oil quite a bit in my cooking, like even for pancakes or whatever we're making. It works really well and I don't think it has a strong taste, but I know people are different in that. So I'm gonna put a little bit of coconut oil and set the stove to probably around medium, and then we're gonna start dipping our bread. All right, so our coconut oil is heating up there, so I'm just gonna go ahead and dip the bread. Very basic, but we're just gonna dip both sides of it. And then pop it in. Ideally, I would be standing over there and not have to haul this across, but the lighting isn't so good there. So I'm gonna do it this way, but I'll just be carrying all my dipped bread over to the stove and then we'll brown it. Comes the fun part of sprinkling on some powdered sugar. Okay, obviously go as heavy as you want on the icing sugar. I dumped a little on the end there, but then we're just gonna decorate with the strawberries. Now I'm gonna leave the leaves on because I think it's pretty for garnish. Let me grab a knife, hang on. But I am going to cut some in half, and we're just gonna put those all around on here. And of course, I think it'd be really pretty to also add some blueberries, or I mean, you could do bananas or kiwi, I don't know, just whatever the favorites are, or whatever's in season where you are. This could go endless. You could also do like Nutella, or I don't know, even banana with pecans and maybe peanut butter. I don't know, so many different options. And then I'm just gonna take my maple syrup, and this you'd probably wanna do right before serving. I'm just gonna drizzle it over, and that's all there is to this one. Oh, you guys, I totally forgot. I was gonna pop on some of these mint leaves. Love mint to garnish a little bit with green. So pretty. I'm gonna pop a couple of these in yet. And there we go. Right, the second recipe is a super easy one. All you need is some sausage and some maple syrup. So I am just gonna start cutting this as I talk, but we are gonna just slice this up. I have breakfast sausage. You could use any sausage, and actually a fun twist if you have somebody that likes spicy things is to do it with jalapeno sausage. That would be really good, but we're just gonna go ahead and make a kind of like candied sausage. Really easy. All right, so we'll take this sausage over to the stove and just cook it until it's actually done. We'll just cook it till it's browned, and then we'll add some maple syrup. This is browning nicely now, so I'm gonna go ahead and add my maple syrup. I don't actually have measurements for this, but just coat the sausage, and then we're gonna cook this a couple more minutes to kind of caramelize the sausage, and that's all there is to it. when cooking, you'll see I keep reusing my same pan here. I love saving on dishes. The worst part about cooking is all the dishes you do afterward. And so I like to just do them while I work and then just reuse the same pot if I can. So I'm gonna set that on the stove once more for our final recipe. But before our last recipe, I would also suggest adding her favorite fruit if you can, or a little jar of flowers even. I just have some apple blossoms back here. Doesn't have to be expensive. That's a way you can make it special. Pour her favorite cup of coffee or tea or whatever she drinks would be another option. So anyways, we're gonna get going with our asparagus. So this is gonna be the base. Again, tweak this to whatever veggies she likes, but I love asparagus. So we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna put these in the skillet again with some coconut oil, and we're just gonna saute them till they're soft. You know, often you cut off the end of the stems here, especially kind of fat ones like this, and ideally all my stems would be skinnier because these fat ones are pretty tough. Since this is largely for garnish, I'm just gonna leave the whole thing on, and then they can just cut this part off and eat that and get rid of the rest when they're eating them. All right, while the asparagus cooks over there, I'm gonna go ahead and crack my eggs into here. I have 12 eggs. Obviously that can be adjusted in this great huge bowl, which you wouldn't either need, but I couldn't find one the right size, so here we are. Okay, I am going to beat this. You could also use a whisk, but this is just easier. All right, now I'm just gonna put in, I have some cream here. It's about a quarter cup. You could also do milk, but it just helps it get nice and fluffy. I'm gonna put in some seasoning, which is some salt in my fancy Ziploc bag, and some pepper. And then we'll just blend it a little bit more. Okay, then this is ready. I think my asparagus is just finishing up there, so I'll take that off, and then we're gonna scramble these eggs. All right, now we are going to go ahead and just pour our eggs into here. And this is best to not do it completely on high heat. Of course, I mean, scramble your eggs the way you want. Again, I'm thinking color. I love colorful dishes. I think they're so pretty and just make it look a lot more elevated than it actually is. I mean, y'all, this is scrambled eggs. But I'm gonna cut this, a few rings of this. We are not gonna get her all oniony, but we're gonna do a couple rings of this and then we'll just top it on here. Okay. Just basically want it for the color. So I'm gonna sprinkle that on here. Okay, then I'm gonna take my cherry tomatoes and cut those in half. All right, and then we're just gonna put those on top. Ooh, I love the contrast here. Much better. And then I have some feta, which I'm just gonna sprinkle on top. And that's the egg dish. So, I mean, y'all, it's so easy just to dress something up simply by how you plate it and adding some fruits or veggies for color. I mean, this is scrambled eggs. That's pretty basic. either Mother's Day brunch or just another brunch in general. If you like this kind of video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what kind of cooking you would like to see on my channel. And don't forget to check out Valerie's channel. I'll have it linked down below as well. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Bye.